Had to go get me a snack. Door. I don't know the door. This must be her room. There, didn't like it. Oh, not examine. Panic Queen Zoe. Doing the Rotters. I'd like to find a workbench so I can. Terminal's not working. Parts in there. Okay, girl. We've stolen everything we can out here. Don't shoot the chickens. We've learned from other games you don't shoot the chickens. Shoot chickens, everybody in town will come after you. Kind of want to save my game just to see if...
Oh gosh, it's so pretty.
Right from in front of her face. Still right in front of your face, girl. Okay, let's talk to you.
If you're hungry, there's meat turning on the spit outside. If you're bearing illness, find a place to lay your head down and I'll fetch you a poultice. Whatever your troubles with Edgewater, leave them at the gates and be welcomed here. Any questions, dear? I have been called that, among other things. Green Thumb, grandmother, the strange old lady who keeps flowers. But yes, Adelaide will do just fine.
Excuse me, Miss McDevitt? Sorry, it's just... You got such pretty trees in here.
Why, thank you. You're Robert's girl, aren't you? I remember when you were but a sprout. Thomas speaks of you often. Are you staying long? You should try some of my tobaccorn tea. I brew it in an old spittoon, but it's been cleaned. A home for anyone who's ever turned their backs on Edgewater. A home for those of us with nowhere left to go and nothing to lose. So, like the spores of the puffball, cast on the wind and alighting on fresh soil, we put down new roots. It is an unpleasant story, dear. But the short of it is that sometimes one wakes up and realizes the place that was once her home for much of her life has changed. The home in which we spent our lives has left us behind, and so we must move on. And that is as much as I will say on the subject. No, dear. The garden belongs to us all. Life is the gift of the universe, and the universe yields its bounty equally, absent of prejudice. The soil around the Vale went sour years ago, but I found a way to sweeten it back up. The secret recipe is a little bit of elbow grease, a dash of love, and a heaping pile of special fertilizer.
Yeah.
Reed Thompson, you here on behalf of that cold-eyed reptile? Let's hear it. What's Reed's idea of peace, then?
Oh, chips were good. Something about coming back to town or losing power. I wasn't really listening.
Make amends. Spare me. Only thing Reed knows how to make is a mess. Like everything else that comes out of Edgewater, that peace offering is canned. I and my own are living just fine out here by ourselves. He would do such a thing. The question is, why would you agree to his plans?
Yeah, agreed.
Cannery's got a regulator. You want chip parts, you ought to rip them out of the cannery's guts and leave us be.
I'll do that.
You're going down to the plant. You should divert power away from Edgewater and toward our end of the grid. Think about it. You'd be liberating an entire town from a lifetime of service to that odious cannery. Seems the sort of thing a hero would do. A hero to the people who matter. To us. To the ones who come around. To the ones you save. Reed will never understand. He has been too long inebriated on the wine of corporate culture. All he sees is productivity, output, profits. Life in Edgewater grinds to a halt. The cannery shuts down, workers desert in droves, and our own little camp grows and thrives.
Like people.
I trust you will listen to your conscience.
I steal this while you're not looking. Go somewhere else, girl. I want to steal this. Hello, buddy.
Keep your wits about you.
Girl. No, that was a girl. Sorry. Pardon me. Please, so I can steal your stuff. Can I steal, like, while you're next to it?
Oh, that's Thomas. He used to follow me around before he left the cannery.
He looks like Thomas. Is this Thomas?
If you're hungry, Stefan's got supplies.
Keep your wits about you, friend.
Oh, that's Thomas. I don't know who Thomas is. Thomas. Girl.
If you're hungry, Stefan's got supplies.
Workbench discovered. Where did I discover a workbench? I have enough of those things. Awesome one.
Oh, didn't see you there. I was just occupying myself with a little engineering. Whoa, Miss Parvati. You're, what, how are you? Hi. Hello.
Are you, are things safe out here? How are you keeping?
Great, just great. I've been trying to keep stuff running, just like you. Only I'm not so... Wait, they didn't kick you out, did they?
Oh gosh, no. I'm just along with this lady here.
Are you from town? I mean, you don't exactly look like you're from town.
I'll take that as a
Well,
compliment.
what I meant was you're reasonably well armed and don't look stricken with plague.
Yeah.
Sorry, I just wasn't sure if you were from town or if you were one of us. Something's been chewing at me, you see.
What's been chewing
Fact
at you?
is, I've been, well, lying. To everybody here. Camp thinks I'm a mechanical genius, but I couldn't fix a busted chair. I'll take all the help I can get. I set my mind to learning the craft of the engineer, you see. I want to make something of myself. You ever heard of the Young Spacer's Guide to Mechanical Engineering? Comes in a set
one
of
of those.
3. If I had my hands on one of those data pads, I could teach myself the ins and outs.
Those are good. My dad kept a copy with him when he was working in the cannery.
I know the old community center kept a copy. Should find another one back in town. If you could find me even one of those pads, I'd be greatly obliged.
Yeah, I've got one of them.
No kidding. Really? Well, which one? Ain't that just ironical? If I'd worked a little longer back at the cannery, I might have found this myself. I appreciate you going through all that trouble. In fact, I put aside something special, on the off chance that somebody'd search out those data pads for me. Sure, I'd be glad to take them off your hands. What's on your mind? Couple months. This camp's my home. People you see milling about, they're my family. At least I think of them that way. I owe them my life. Would have died in the wilderness if they hadn't chanced upon me, starving and delirious. We all left the cannery for one reason or another. Me? I was let go, mostly on account of my incompetence. I mean, I was incompetent. I couldn't even survive on my own. Grace found me, Adelaide took me in, I've been on my feet ever since.
You weren't incompetent. You just didn't fit the cannery. Not like here. This place had a U-shaped hole, and now it doesn't.
You could stay, you know. Here. I'd be happy to... I mean, we could really use... this isn't coming out right. If you want, Adelaide would make a place for you.
See what we can do with her. Do anything with this? Could put a scope on there, but I don't think it's the smart. $46, wow, that's pretty good. As long as you have money, you can keep doing this, can't you? This with the tech skill. Pick up the apples, they're free. What the apples do for you? Plus 200% natural health. how you change what you're using. What else can I steal?
Keep your wits about you, friend.
Yeah, she's perfectly okay. She's perfectly fine with me walking around stealing everything. Tell this girl where I think. Meet right there. You gonna?
What is it?
Nice.
I'll tell you what I can. Could be. Dangers aplenty out there. No telling why marauders would steal somebody like Zoe. Got no useful skills far as I can tell.
Hmm.
What is it?
Oh. Okay, girl, go. Where Zoe is. Fast travel. At least we already cleared this place out. Unless they bring them back, they respawn them.
Easy.
Yeah, check these two. Well, I guess not. Definitely here already.
Wow, you crossed them all off, like some sort of heroic accountant running down a list. Teach me your ways. What? You mean Adelaide's little congregation of nature-loving nobodies? I could not possibly be less interested in them. You, on the other hand, you were a sight to behold. If I had half your skills, I'd be the greatest outlaw the coast has ever seen. I'm great at clarifying. I don't know. The vital processes that constitute the miracle of life are mysterious and unknowable. Oh, you mean around these guys? The Marauders wouldn't hurt me. They love me. I'm practically their queen. Yeah, must be my natural charisma. I may have bartered them a few boxes of Adrena time, but yeah, I'm sure that's got nothing to do with it. No. I insinuated myself into their company, see? And they didn't seem to mind one whit. I got kicked out of Edgewater on account of falling sick with plague and stealing some medicine to treat myself. I'd heard some outlaws set up camp in the botanical labs. I decided to throw in with them, seeing as I always wanted to be an outlaw myself. Instead, what do I find but a bunch of former workers camped out around a greenhouse? I couldn't just go back to the cannery, so I was stuck with them. I've got all the time in Halcyon. Why? Adelaide wants me back on garden duty or something? Thanks, but I'm not going anywhere. This is where I belong.
Killed all your marauder friends.
I doubt that. Nobody in that camp really cared about me. Wait, you're telling me he's got a copy of the Mass Marketeer? Why didn't you say so? I'll take my stuff and head on back, I suppose. Grace is gonna be glaring knives at me, so I've got that to look forward to.
Well, you know, at least you won't be dead. What's my next thing? Okay, well, I gotta go that way anyway. Other place. I doubt I'll do that one. Go talk to Grace, and then we'll go our thing.
What is it?
What is it?
We didn't always get along, but I'm glad to know she's safe. What happened, anyway? You pretty much did my job for me. Least I could do is pay you for your trouble. Let me know if I can do something for you.
XP. Why don't you follow me and help me turn this power on? Fight all these people above. Station increased. Come with me and not make me fight all these people by myself. That'd be nice. Gear booster thingy. Light, I guess. Nobody in that one, but probably somebody in this one. These bodies. Exactly how long do these bodies stay before they decompose? I mean, animals out there to boom up or something, you know, that's like it would be a place they could stay all in one piece. Expecting somebody to be like hiding out. Oh, there's another one of those. Asleep, what's she gonna do? Just stand around? What that?
Nicely done.
I whacked it with a wrench a few times. Yeah, I used 5 and ooh, a plasma rifle. Okay, let's plasma rifle doesn't do much damage. Don't want the grenade launcher. I'm never going to use that. So I'm going to break down the shot cannon. what this does. Over here, see what hill. Lightning.
I wanted to
Robots.
poke around in here. Here we go.
Perks. Got a perk. Skill point 2. Ranged again. Sell. Skills. Here a little more armor. Still an ugly thing. Assuming that's a barrel I can shoot.
Incoming!
Where's their incoming?
That's the last of them.
Pretty quick, because that was it. Be under the ground or something. step in that because I think it would hurt. Prep and carry. Not the best choice. It's Spacer's choice. Definitely add that to junk. Things that take away my stealth. I'll hold on to those. Be right back, guys. Alright, I'm back. Like the moon man head, the moon head guy. Come on, Xbox, load up this stupid thing. Need an SSD drive in there. Sure, there's a way to do it. Touch that. Nope.
The control room should be off to the right. I hope we're doing the right thing.
I guess I'm not high enough level to. Plasma cannons.
Watch out! Everyone all right?
Yep, I'm good. Jump back here in this random area. Well, what's back here real quick? I think that's a door I was just ran up to with the stairs, so I don't think I need. Probably gonna be something sucky, but I'll go ahead and do it.
Nice.
Select 5 subordinates to be dismissed immediately. Lovely people. Yeah. Yeah, upgrade him to killing bots is what they did because they got insurance on him now. Cool girl. Yep. Everybody got you, but all 3 electrical tracks. 22% efficiency. Wow, that's efficient.
Three switches. That'll be easy enough.
Yeah, it probably won't be, girl. Full of you. Drive me nuts. If you want to stealth all this, how would you stealth this? Lock the door. Yep, always. Juice here and no staff, yo. Guess you didn't return, you didn't delete it. Open that door. Now there's gonna be something bad down here.
Here we go. Wow, great work.
Pick this stuff up from dust.
Got it. Heads down.
Unexpected. Security.
Oh! Nice hit! Woohoo!
Adjacent.
Everyone all right?
That little blue thing is like critical hit spot or something.
Self-diagnostics complete. Navigation systems operational.
This one we
Combat
fixed.
systems operational. It's not the best choice. It's the spacer's choice. All systems fully operational. Return journey successfully completed. Spacer's Choice would like to thank you for complying with your duties. Hostile actions towards Spacer's Choice mechanics are contrary to logical directive. Conclusion: all hostile automechanicals must be defective.
That's
in
right.
compliance with Spacer's Choice policy, all defective automechanicals must be permanently dismantled.
Yes, please.
Allow
Assist me.
to assist. Affirmative. Mechanicide protocols loaded. Awaiting
Mechanicide.
confirmation.
Yes, please. Go kill everything. Okay, so hey, there's a things down somewhere in a.
Where are we headed?
Excuse me.
That's on account of how I never met her. I don't rightly know. She was in another division of the Spacer's Choice family. She worked in the Vale a few months, sorting the cannery computers. Her contract said any kids she had, expected or not, belonged to her office from the time of conception. So when I was born, I got sent here. Well, I don't know about normal. Dad said she worked under some kind of special contract. It's sensible. Dad just fixed machines. She did some kind of crazy math, high-level stuff. Better to raise me on his time than hers. He's just interested in fixing stuff. He always used to follow me around, asking me to explain what I was doing.
Like a puppy.
Like a puppy, kinda.
Like a puppy.
He never told me a word to that effect. And since he didn't, I didn't have to say nothing about feeling different. And nothing had to get weird. If he wants to learn about engineering, we should help him get those data pads he wants. I'd like to do that for him.
We'll see if Mike can last. What do I do with this?
Two more. What'll happen to Miss McDevitt's folk if we send power to the Vale?
Well, I tell it to. I don't want it to go to the Vale. How do I get?
Get away!
Like a stick? Is he just gonna beat things?
You're not real. You're not real. You're not real.
I'm real. That. He must be not there.
You're not real. You're not real. Go away, Phantom.
Hold on, let me seal this stuff before I talk.
You're not real. You're not real. Get away from me, Phantom. Shoot. Scram. You can talk? The Phantom's never talked before. I knew I shouldn't have eaten that sprat raw. See? See, Higgins? This is why you must always boil your sprats before ingesting. Clearly, I mistook you for one of the phantoms of my imagination, which terrorized me on occasion. Chester D. Higgins. The D stands for definitely not insane. I use it as a reminder.
How long have you been down here?
Hard to say. By my reckoning, Higgins has been here somewhere between 2 weeks and forever. My recollection's a touch fuzzy these days. Oh, Higgins has been many things over the years. Sprat Wrangler, Saltuna Critic, Aetherwave Personality, Chairman of the Board, Galactic Defender,
Definitely
Sisty
crazy.
Pig Tycoon. I've come a long way for someone who started off as a simple engineer right here in this plant. I specialized in automechanicals, drones, sentries, repaired them, maintained, upgraded, did it all from my old workroom just over in the next section. Look, I don't want to fall into any trouble with the mechanicals. If they wise up to our plans, they will come for us. With prodding irons. You know, you remind me of myself back when I was an intergalactic adventurer. I discovered a flaw. Their hostility levels were hardwired to maximum. There's no changing that, but you could rewrite their targeting protocol so they attack each other instead.
Always a good thing.
Yes, that's exactly it. I see you're also versed in the noble art of mechanical engineering. There's a behavior control terminal in the other room. It should have options to change how the mechanicals act, including whom they shoot at. Oh, that reminds me. You'll need my passcode to access the behavior control terminal. Here, let me just write it down for you.
Thank you.
The tail. Definitely start with the tail. If you're feeling adventurous, the ears are a particular delicacy. Jimmy'd opened the vending machines. That lasted a good couple of months. Eventually, I had to resort to more unconventional means of filling my insides. Braised, boiled, charred, skewered. Sprats are good eating, friend. Chock full of brain food.
Sprat. Sprat.
Mechanicals lost their bolts. Opened fire on anything that moved. It was pandemonium.
Well, green things? No, probably not.
I was on cleaning duty at the time. My old boss had me scrubbing pipes when the killing started. So, as usual, I missed out.
A good thing. Ooh, mechanical engineering, volume 3. Just in the next room. I'm on top. Ah. Any guard man. Okay. Yeah, they're going around shooting each other. Those things. I don't know where that other robot went.
Mind the theme. You're liable to get scalded.
Fired.
Okay, keep it quiet.
I'm sneaking out of this thing.
Unexpected.
Red on this weapon, so. Why not? Everything. I guess I just tell it to divert it and I'll get to pick later where to divert.
Miss McDevitt, what happens to the veil?
Unexpected. Searching for.
Incoming! Everyone all right? We got him!
And killed everything else.
Here they come!
Died over there. Seems like you die a lot. Oh, there it is.
Last. I'm not sure what the ride is. All I know is the decision's final.
I guess I was supposed to see that he left in the repair bay, and then he took it down to the hole with him. So
Once we do this, there's no going. Excuse me, ma'am. Look, I know you want your power regulator and all, but I just gotta ask you. Do you understand what you're about to do? I don't think you should cut off Edgewater's power. I think it would be cruel. I'm sorry. That just sort of came out all at once. Edgewater's hurting. We've been losing workers year after year, and corporate hardly ever sends replacements. There's barely enough Saltuna to fill our bellies anymore. But the town's got some good people in it. Decent, hard-working folk just living their lives the only way they know how. They don't deserve to be punished. Miss McDevitt's built something beautiful. Somehow she's talked the ground into giving life again. It's plain to see she's made the Vale a better place. Fed the hungry, tended the sick. Gave a home to those that had none. But Miss McDevitt delights in Edgewater's suffering. She wants to hurt the town. Do you really want to be party to that kind of hatred? That sure sounds like Mr. Thompson. If he was standing here, I imagine he'd remind us of how we're all one big, happy Spacer's Choice family. In Mr. Thompson's eyes, those deserters are still part of the Spacer's Choice family. The family must work together in order to survive. I hate to say it, but I think Mr. Thompson's got a point. Unless those deserters come back, Edgewater's as good as dead. Cutting off their power might be the only way. Sorry, I didn't mean to babble on like that. I felt like I had to say something. Really? I mean, wow. Thanks. No one's ever told me those words in that order.
I don't know what to do.
Where are we headed?
So, should I save the town and make deserters go back because they want an honest life? Or should I give it to the deserters and make Edgewater kind of come to them? Leaning towards giving the deserters the power. But we'll decide next time.